What's going on YouTube? Nate the Great here again, today with a leg session. Today's goal, similar to yesterday's, um, was to work up to a functional single and then drop down to about 90% of that one rep for a set of 3x3. Obviously here starting off with a set, as always, with just the bar for 20 reps. And normally after this I'll throw 135 up on the bar and do that for a set of 15, but I didn't want to tire myself out too quickly because I knew that it was going to be pretty taxing of a session on my central nervous system, just because I was going to be going up to heavier weights for singles and also working in moderately heavy 3x3. So I decided to keep it simple and do only 8 reps on my warm-up with 135. And staying on the same track in terms of keeping it easy on my central nervous system, I also I did 165 for a single, and then I followed that up with 185 for a single, and then finished it off with 205 for a single. Obviously, that's not my absolute max at this moment. You've already seen my absolute max is 225 for a very awkward, grindy set. So my focus really was keeping my form pretty tight and consistent when working with any kind of volume at a higher weight. Watch me brace my core. Good form. But 90%, it was approximately 90% is 185, so that's what I was using. Just like yesterday, I used 155 after I hit a 1 rep max on 175. So these, for the most part, these sets felt really good, actually. My posterior chain was definitely feeling it afterwards, but that almost always happens on a leg day anyway, just because of how long my torso is compared to my legs. So, I mean, no matter what, I always feel it in my back. But overall, these sets of 3 are feeling pretty good. It's not something I do very often. If ever, generally speaking, I'll do 5x5s, but I don't go much heavier than that typically, unless I'm going for a single. But I like how it's an interesting feeling because it's not a lot of volume, but it's also not too terribly heavy. And I really actually enjoy how smooth it felt doing these reps. And I think that's important because squatting for me has always been really awkward. And so anytime a squat session feels good afterwards, I'm happy because it's very rare. But moving on after squats, same as always, doing 420 pounds for 3 sets of 10 on leg press. And then following that up with leg extensions. I like fucking around with the weights and the sets and how many, do I do 2 legs and do I do 1 leg? So I warmed up actually with both legs for, I believe, 125 pounds for a set of 12. That was pretty lightweight, honestly. It moved really easily. And then for my remaining 3 working sets, I did 62 and a half because this weird machine is also different than the other weird machines because this one goes up by 12 and a half pounds each click. as opposed to just 12. So I did a 125 and then 62 and a half. That's exactly half of what I was using for both legs. So that was my reasoning behind that. So I did that for 3 sets of 12 and finished off the day with 3 sets of 20 on calf extensions, doing 228 pounds. Sorry, I had to do the math in my head. What's 12 pounds heavier than what I was doing? And some heavy inner head easy bar curls for 3 sets. But that does it for this video, guys. You can find me on social media on Instagram and Twitter at Nate the Great Harmon, and I'll see you in the next video.